Polkadot against the US dollar on the weekly chart to start us off with. Well, we're going to look at resistance levels on the way back up here. We're going to assume the bottom is in. We don't know if it is, but we're going to assume. DOT came down just like all the other coins, but what I like about DOT over some of the others is a lot of the others are kind of around their July lows, where DOT is kind of reversed a little bit higher than that, and we're hopefully getting ready to move back to the upside. DOT is in my top 5 personal coins. I generally only focus on about 5 or 6 coins, and not much outside of that. So DOT is big, very bigly to me. So we're going to focus on DOT today, Altcoin Friday. So if you haven't seen my other videos, go check those out, EGLD and Holochain so far. Now we're looking at Polkadot and this box right here, kind of our, let's call it our Tar's Pit zone. We need to push through this sludge to get back out and get, dried off and moving back to the bullish price. Okay, we don't want to get stuck down here with the dinosaurs. Okay, so why this zone and why not one particular line? Well, we're going to look at that. It'll become a little bit more clear as we go on through the video. But look at the bottoms here, right? See a lot of support around this kind of 24.50 level. All right, so and then also note all the wicks, right? So there's a lot of buyers coming back in here. That's what wicks on the bottom of the candles indicate buying pressure. Okay, so even this one, look at the September 6th weekly candle. Lots of buying in there, okay? Again, just a lot of interaction right in this level from around, 22 to 24.50. So if we can get above there, then we can start moving a little bit faster, in my opinion. So we'll see. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Let's put on a fib retracement, or fib extension, I should say. For the extensions, you want to start at the top because that's where you're going, right? Easy way to remember it. Okay, so as we move back up here, our first zone. Well, let's remove this because it gets a little too busy. Okay, so our first level here. If we could push through the sludge, remember the sludge stopped at the bottom of these candles around 24.50. We have about 25.50, another dollar higher than that. Our first fib extension level 236. Okay, so at 25.50 ish, right? You don't have to hit right on these numbers. Give and take. You can have wicks right above them or below them. They don't always have to go right to it, but that's a general area where you need to start waking up if you're looking, to sell or buy around these levels. Our next level and the bigger level, in my opinion, is going to be the 382, just over $31 currently. Previous local tops as well back in late December. So when we get there, we'll see how we interact. If we could push through that, we should make a nice pop right to the 0.50 at $36. And then that is where coins often either kind of make or break for the next movement. So you'll either get rejected here and come back down, and then you want to look for a higher low. So they like to bounce off of the 382 or the 236. Or, you can break right through if you get super bullish. And then you have your golden zone here, the 618, which is just above $40 here. And if you're struggling to see these prices, an easy trick, if you draw this on your chart, just go up here and hit the eyeball for the prices instead of having to, move these lines around. You don't want to have to adjust your prices. You can just do that real quick. So tip of the day there. So that is, the current price targets back to the upside. We'll cover DOT more and more as it gets more bullish, but those are kind of the key levels I'm watching for in the shorter time frames. Okay, so let's go look at the daily, and let's actually start off with the 5-day Gaussian channel and just see where the heck DOT is. Okay, so let's take a look. See, DOT currently back in July bounced perfectly off the bottom of the 5-day Gaussian channel, way up high, come all the way back down, hit again the bottom of the 5-day Gaussian channel. However, a little bit higher price, right? $10 back then, now about $16. Okay, so hopefully DOT does a similar repeat. I think we'd all be pretty happy with that. But our next kind of test for the 5-day Gaussian channel is once you hit off one, the odds just simply increase of you going back to test the next one. So right now that target is just shy of $29 right there. However, when we get there, right, this is still trending up, because assuming prices are going to continue up here, we could be, right around the $30 level in the next handful of weeks going into March, or say, perhaps. Okay, and then what we do there will be key. If we come back down, right, the rest of the market's probably going down as well. not just dot. So, we can cross that bridge when we get to it. But if we somehow can kind of close above it, hold it, get above it, right? Hold it as support, see the wick bounce down and then continues up, it should go pretty quickly to that top side. And for dot, that should be over $40 at that time, no matter when that is. So we're already at 40, so it could be even higher, right? 42, 43, depending on when we do it. I'd say we're probably going to need still another handful of months before we get up there, right? As time progresses, you can kind of see that. Then once you do that, you can really get, on the highway to all-time highs. So big things coming for dot. In the next move, once Bitcoin overtakes its 21 week, a lot of things need to kind of fall in place. Slow patience, slow move up, and then your alt season will see dot do very well, in my opinion. So let's go look at the daily. The shorter term, not important on the Gaussian channel. Too many fake outs. I don't recommend using on the daily. The 5 days, the sweet spot, the secret sauce, the hot, warm, Red Riding Hood porridge, whatever the hell. So dot, what else do I like? Well, the Bollinger Bands on the daily, right? We're coming down to test the median line. This will be key. If we can hold that right around the 1975 level, right? Previous kind of local resistance, hopefully break it, flip to support at the same time. We got a couple things going for it here, right? The bands are narrowing, so the volatility by definition is lowering, which, historically when you get your bands closer together is when your bigger moves are coming. And how do you know if you're going to go up or down? I'm glad you asked. Let's go look. You want your price action wherever it is, as the mouth starts opening, is generally where it's going to be going. So as the mouth starts to open here, hopefully that's going to happen in the next handful of days or so, we want to see the mouth raise open, right? Diverge away from each other, and you want to see a bounce off of this line. And as prices start to increase, you want to see this bottom line, particularly the bottom line, you want it going down and diverging away. You don't want it going straight, and you certainly don't want it going up, because then the mouth is closing, right? And then you're not going to get a whole lot of price moves. The big price moves happen once the mouth opens. You can get a bounce, just like we saw way back when here, right? Textbook kind of Bollinger Band explosive moves here. Bands are tight, price action sits on top, you get outside of it, and it's just, as long as that bottom band is opening and still going down, prices can still move up. And as you see it start closing, you see the prices start coming back in here, right? So those are your signs for Bollinger Bands, how to use those. Nice, short, and sweet. Hopefully that helps someone, somewhere, somehow. So let's go look at our 21-day EMA, and that'll be kind of another kind of key level to get super bullish here. We want to, get above our 21-day, hold it as support, and then pull away from it. Preferably as the Bollinger Bands are opening, that would be ideal. Let's go back again. Look at right here at this move right here, right? You're holding your 21-day of support. You're in the top of the Bollinger Band, kind of the top half, right? You're holding that top line, super bullish move. That's what we want to see again. Okay, we want to bounce off the median, get above the 21-day, and have everything just up and up, only up. Okay, the bigger picture, the weekly, right? Let's take it off log scale. Bollinger Bands on log scale tend to flip you out. So 95% of your price action happens within the Bollinger Bands, and you can see we bounced out of it just slightly, right? That's a pretty rare occurrence for that, as you see, to the top side and the bottom side. Although it's been more bullish than bearish, right? Look at how many weeks it stayed to the top side of the Bollinger Band back about a year ago. And then we came down back in June, wicked outside of it, got right back in it, and then, back to the upside. So hopefully wicked down outside of it and back to the upside. Your bigger step for dot on the bigger scale is going to be right around that, that 21-day EMA. It'll change week over week, so it obviously is going to depend on when we hit it. If it's this week, then we got some work to do, but we might do something like this, right? So it might be around that 25, 26 level at the same time right there. See all these candles, right? You want to break through that. This is going to be tough for dot because you have not only your 21 week, you have all of these weekly support candles right here that we've broken. So this is going to be a huge test for dot. If you see dot on a weekly scale closing above 25, get your space boots on. All right. Crypto fear and greed index, we're still at 50, so we're still neutral. That's a good thing, right? We haven't been in neutral in a hot minute. We're going out to the bigger scale, right? We just put in a new high, right? We took out the 45. That's great, right? That's what we want to do. When you take out, right, 45 is what we did back in here. Took it out and, come down. It doesn't mean straight up, but this is kind of what we would like to mirror. So even if we come back down over the next couple days, let's hopefully higher low and continue our upwards movements. Treasure your relationships, not your possessions. Great quote of the day. Do it, be it, live it, love it. Car of the day. McLaren 765LT in Napier Green. Sick. Shoots flames out the back, quad exhaust. The track version of the 720S, based off the 720, my favorite McLaren of all time. I like this one better, but it's over two times as much, and it's slightly faster. I don't know if I'd spend double the money to get like another half a second out of it in the quarter mile, but I don't know. It's me. I love it. If they're the same price, obviously I'd love to have this one because it's newer and it's a little bit cooler. It's got the exhaust out the top, at the side, the back, the 4 exhaust, shoots flames. They all do. McLarens are easy to shoot flames out of. I'm going to roast some marshmallows the first thing I do when I get one. It's going to be great. I'll live stream it. Quote of the day. Not quote of the day, meme of the day. Yeah. Hopefully you've seen both of these movies, and this doesn't. This is from movies. Good movies. Imagine if they were both in the same movie. If they were enemies, that would be bad. But, friends, they could probably take out half the planet. What do you think? All right. I'll see you in the next video. If you're lucky.